dear brothers and sisters. It's a beautiful and busy Saturday morning. Here's Shabbat in Israel. It's actually supposed to be very holy. It is very holy. And yet there are many people that just want to have fun with their life and celebrate holiness in a different place or from a different space. And I'm really excited to see my beautiful wife Callie making all those videos now. You probably started watching them. It's such a blessing for me. We started this business, conscious creation business, just this connection between us that we've called the conscious creations, and us wanting to share our truth, our experiences, our love with the world. And now it's finally there in that beautiful way and beautiful space. And I want you to understand the magnitude of it. We were that close to, we already signed the divorce papers. We were that close to, breaking the union, the marriage union that we've set about 1.5 years ago. And it's a miracle. It's a miracle that we stay together. It's a miracle that we came back together. And seeing it, I also understand how the miracle happened. And it's a beautiful blessing. And I feel that fountain of joy and of excitement and of creativity bursting again with me. I want to make a bit order for you guys in a bit sharing with you the story of Callie and me. Very briefly, we will do more videos of sharing with you that story so you'll get the full picture. And I'd like to talk to you about what brought Callie and me together from my perspective. I think it also has to do with her perspective. She will be more wise to share it with you from the feminine aspect. From a masculine aspect, it's about surrendering. Callie was wise enough to call it active surrendering. So it's not a type of surrendering where you give up and you're on the ground, you've lost the fight and you feel devastated and no power left and no energy left and you're just surrendering. It can come to that, but active surrendering is understanding, what am I fighting for? Who am I fighting with? Myself, my own divinity, my own empowerment, my own development. Understanding that I am the one standing in my own way, and I am the one not allowing myself to open up and to be complete and to just allow whatever is, and to allow Callie to be who she is and to make her own decisions. And even if she decided to separate, to appreciate that and accept that and support her on that, because it wasn't an easy decision that she made. It was tearing her completely apart, and I could see that and feel that, and it did the same to me. So for a time I needed to stay with my own wounds, with my own hurt, and of course this opened up wounds of the past, of situation between me and my mother, the relationship between me and the feminine, the general relationship between me and the divine feminine, which is incorporated by my mother, of course, and then and my sister, and then almost every relationship that I had. And I needed to accept that I am the one standing in my own way, and just let that go and surrender to that, and surrender to the relationship as it is, to whatever decision Callie has made. And she made a decision to separate and to develop on our own and to find that space in ourselves. And it took me a while to surrender to that and to accept that fully, and then to move towards supporting her and allowing her be as she is, and letting go completely, even though I constantly knew she is the one. She is my divine counterpart. She is my twin flame. I had to accept that there is a place of separation, and I had to accept that we might not come back together in this lifetime. I had to accept that. I had to look at it into the eyes and to say, okay, this could be the future. I'm not choosing it, but right now this is what it is. So I'm going to let that go, and I'm going to appreciate her for who she is, and I'm going to support her in whatever it is that she allows me to. And completely let go, and completely let be, and completely let her be. And this was for me a crucial point. And then of course understanding my part of it and saying I'm sorry, apologizing, saying I'm sorry I hurt you, I apologize for that. I know that I took part in it. I know that I did hurt you. Yes, she also hurted me, but that was not part of the question. When I'm saying I'm sorry, when we are truly feeling appreciated and appreciative and deep gratitude for a person, and we know that we've hurted them, regardless if they hurted us first or if they hurted us more, this is not really important. At that point, when you know you hurted somebody, and you allow yourself the space for forgiving yourself for hurting that person, and then expressing that to that person, you being sorry, apologetic, and then it comes to you, that space of saying to a person, I'm sorry, and please do so. That shifts the energy completely. So the story of Callie and me is magnificent, and it's harsh, and it's high key, and it's hurtful, and it's dynamic, and it's dramatic, and it's amazing, and beyond all odds, and everything in between. And we have been separated for actually a year before we came back together, and even that year wasn't, we were constantly in contact and sharing and even intimate with each other. We had children, and we felt drawn to each other again and again, but again and again we were triggering each other. Do check that video where I'm speaking about twin flame triggering, and we were poking on each other's wounds, and that's hurting. That's hurting. So we again and again had to face that cycle of hurt, trying to get closer to each other, and then feeling that closeness was hurting us, was triggering the hurt and the wounds and the pain and the shame and the blame, and then recoiling, going back away from each other, separating, giving space, trying to heal, trying to find a way back. It was like an accordion, going back and forth for a long time. And I think one of the decisive things that I've made is also to follow my truth and my heart that said to me, you need to go to Israel. And we needed to do this. Actually, we were talking about doing it together for a long time now. Ruviam, our firstborn mutual child, that was born on a mountaintop in Spain, overlooking the Mediterranean, in a retreat center, off-grid retreat center, in a yurt, unassisted, just Callie and me, just the two of us. There's a lot that I want to talk about that too, about natural birth and about empowering men to take the role of the doula and supporting their wives or the partners, and just being the both of them giving that birth, because it just takes the two to conceive, right? To bring a child to the world, it can also take just the two. But that's a different story. That's many videos to come, and there's also a presentation. If you're interested in that, especially you men, do write me a comment about it, and I'll get in touch with you about it, and we will see what we can bring out with that. Anyway, Ruviam was supposed to, before we gave birth in Spain, we were supposed to bring him here to Israel and give birth here, but it didn't happen. And then many things have shifted between Callie and I, and the journey hit us hard, and of course also the world situation with epidemic and everything, but it was all supportive. And when you're in it, it's hard to see how supportive it is, even though you get the glimpse of it, because you are aware. We are all aware people. So you can stop and you can take a deep breath, and you can center yourself, and you can realize that it is there to support you. But then maybe the doubt kicks in again, and then you're going off that. But looking back at it, it's easier to see how fully and truly it was supportive of us individually, and of our relationship, and of our twin flame journey. So now we are united by energy, and by power, and by love, and by emotion, and by intimacy But physically we are still separated. I am here in Israel. I came here to put my feet on the ground, to unite with my people, to shine my light, to bring peace, to radiate the peace that I feel inside of me to my people and to the land of Israel, to this holy land where many things have started and many things will restart again for the benefit of all humanity. And I came here to build us a home and to bring them here to be with me. And only after I got here, we reunited. Actually, very shortly after I got here, Callie and me reunited, but physically we're still apart. I'm here and she is in the States, in the United States, and we want to do that. We are working towards bringing the physical unity also into our twin flame reunion. So stay tuned, guys. Share with us how you feel about all of this. What would you like us to talk about in our videos, the upcoming videos? As Callie said, we are going to do a mutual video where we do a Zoom and we'll record that. Maybe we can even go live with that, where we will start sharing more of our twin flame relationship from that masculine, feminine point of view, so you guys can get both sides. And just thank you for being here, being part of our journey and letting us be part of your journey and sharing with us all that beauty and much more.